our story. Love, power, and destiny collide.
The drums of Warri had barely faded from the night before, when the kingdom awakened to a day that would be remembered for generations. A day of color, of unity, of destiny, and of shadows gathering quietly beyond the horizon. The sun rose over the Warri River, its golden light spreading across the palace grounds where jubilation already trembled in the air. Today was the royal wedding of Ògíamẹ Dom Domingos and Lady Maria de Sousa, the union of a proud Ode-Itsekiri king and a Portuguese noblewoman whose journey had crossed continents, storms, and politics to reach this moment. The air shimmered with celebration. Women in wrappers of crimson, gold, and indigo danced with the elegance of waves, their coral beads clinking like living instruments. In richly embroidered kemeje moved with the confidence of their heritage. Songs that honored the ancestors. From across the courtyards rose the scents of roasted yam, smoked fish, pepper soup, and sweet palm wine. Above it all stood the river, silent, silver, and watchful, reflecting a kingdom in motion. At the center of it all, King Dom Domingos awaited his bride. His scarlet kemeje glowed beneath the sun, coral beads burning like embers on his skin. The European crown, gifted by King Philip of Portugal, gleamed. With a golden cross, a symbol of old alliances and new tensions. Only 25, carried himself with the poise of a man shaped by both Lisbon's academies and Warri's deep waters. Maria approached like a tide touching shore, graceful, steady, radiant. Her gown blended, Portuguese silk with vibrant Itsekiri cloth. Coral and cowries shimmered across her bodice. Gold threads wove through her dark hair. She belonged to two worlds, and today, both worlds watched her. The royal war horn, the bele bele, thundered across the river. Shaking leaves, stirring drums, calling spirits. The kingdom fell silent. Chief Oton, high priest of Umale Okun, lifted a calabash toward the heavens. Ancestors of Warri, spirits of river, earth, and sky, bear witness. The kola nut cracked, a symbol of truth. Domingos chewed first, embracing tradition with solemn pride. Maria tasted next, wincing at the bitterness, then swallowing with resolve. The people roared in approval. In that moment, she crossed a threshold, not just into marriage, but into Warri's heart. Palm wine flowed, the drums quickened, women ululated, their voices slicing joyfully through the air. But as celebration surged, Ibi, the king's trusted advisor, watched from the edges, his eyes scanning the chiefs. Many celebrated, but some whispered. Chief Ikenna, known for his devotion to the old ways, watched Maria with a silence sharp enough to cut. The wedding gifts began, a procession of pride, wealth, and symbolism. a carved mother-of-pearl stool, baskets of smoked fish and yams, a white ram adorned with ochre markings brought boldly by Olu, the fierce young warrior. For strength and sacrifice, he announced, testing the king with his gaze. Domingos met it calmly. Strength must be shown, even on days of joy. Maria, too, was welcomed into tradition. Mama Uwala, the revered weaver, draped a deep blue wrapper over her shoulders. "Wear this," she said, "and you wear Warri's heart." Maria accepted with grace. The murmurs of doubt melted into cheers. As the sun dipped, the dancing began, earth trembling beneath the rhythm. Dom Domingos led Maria into the circle. Her steps were uncertain at first, but the people encouraged her, lifting her spirit with their music. Soon, her laughter mingled with the beat, and for a magical moment, Portugal and Warri danced as one. But not all eyes celebrated. From the shadows, Captain Alvarez, the Portuguese trader, watched with cold amusement. His ships waited near the river's mouth, silent but heavy with cannons. Dom Domingos met his gaze with a silent warning. Alvarez's thin smile did not reach his eyes. As day surrendered to night, the king and his bride retreated to the inner chambers for a quieter gathering. Oil lamps glowed against tapestries woven with the history of the river. Lady Caterina, Maria's mother, embraced her daughter, whispering blessings and warnings.
Olori Ewere, Domingos' mother, offered an ivory bracelet etched with symbols of protection.
Maria wore it proudly. But even in celebration, shadows crept closer. A canoe emerged from the darkness. Okoro, the loyal fisherman, breathless with urgency. "Ògíamẹ," he whispered. "The Portuguese galleon has moved closer." And another ship follows, black-hulled, foreign flags. The men speak of gold and guns. Tension spread through Dom Domingos' veins. Dutch traders? Pirates? Opportunists? Influence and danger often arrived wearing the same colors. He ordered quiet preparation, no panic, no rash moves. A king must know both patience and power. Maria squeezed Domingos' hand. "We face it together," she said. But the night was not done with them. A messenger burst into the palace, panic etched in sweat and breath. A skirmish near the coast. Our fishermen clashed with strangers from the black-hulled ship. 2 are wounded. Dom Domingos went at once. The coast burned with tension, Warri fishermen with spears, strangers with foreign blades. Dom Domingos stepped between them, commanding silence. With the force of a river. Wind. "I am Ògíamẹ Dom Domingos. State your purpose." A tall man appeared, speaking broken Portuguese. "We are Dutch traders, seeking trade. Your men attacked us."
"You entered without permission," Dom Domingos replied. "Peace is possible, but only with respect."
By moonlight, A fragile agreement was forged. Trade talks at dawn, under the king's conditions. No weapons, no treachery.
Returning to the palace, Dom Domingos found Maria waiting, lanterns casting warmth on her determined face. Before dawn, Domingos stood beneath the ancient Iroko tree, the silent guardian of kings.
Its branches swayed with ancestral wisdom. He remembered the parable of the crocodile and the heron. The proud crocodile ruled the river, but it was the sharp-beaked heron who plucked parasites from its back, helping it survive. Even the strongest must rely on others. Dom Domingos understood. As crocodile, he needed his herons, Ebi, the chiefs, his people, and Maria. As dawn broke, the palace stirred for council. The wedding celebration had ended, but its joy had laid the foundation for the trials, rising like storms beyond the horizon. And so, under the first light of morning, King Dom Domingos and Olori Maria prepared to face a kingdom shifting beneath their feet and the world that watched them. And so, the currents of chapter 2 come to a close. But the story of Warri is far from finished. New challenges wait beyond the horizon, new truths ready to rise. The journey continues, and the next chapter will reveal even more.